This is how the devil is tricky. Okay, a long time ago, I made a promise. I made two promises. I said I'm not going to tell what's going on, so I was scared. You know what I mean? And after the first time, I said I'm not going to do drugs anymore. Right? I'm not going to smoke pot anymore. Right? Then in 2003, it hit me again, and I said, okay, definitely I'm not going to use pot anymore. All right. Fast forward now in 2019. Okay, these guys gonna claim and it's true. They don't know nothing about what happened to me in 1996. Okay, not even the VA. Okay, right. VA knows about my situation, but just enough that they give me the diagnosis. They don't really know the full schematics behind it. Well, I made a promise saying like, man, like, cause like it's how the universe talk to you. If every time you jump in a car, you break your leg, like damn, maybe I'm not supposed to be driving in a car. Maybe I'm supposed to get on a bicycle. You know what I'm saying? You know, that is kind of far fetched, but like that's how it works. If you know that you're always getting hurt in a car, but yet still you're riding a bicycle, which is more dangerous, or motorcycle, which is more dangerous, and you're safer that way. The universe talking to you, telling you, well, hey, bro, pay attention. Keep driving on a motorcycle or a bike or a skateboard or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, so in 2020, man, I started making a whole bunch of videos and stuff because it keeps telling me like, cause what hit me hard, right? My wife said, it's karma, but I'm like, you know yourself, and I mean, man, know thyself. Man, know like if you're doing everything in your lane to be up righteous and fulfilling to God commands and so on. Like, only thing I was guilty of is cheating. You know what I'm saying? You know, but um, when the when this stuff started, I thought about it. I was like, well, really and truly, there was one person I was messing around with. You know what I'm saying? And when I couldn't get that person, because my wife not smashing me. You know what I'm saying? So like, what am I supposed to do? Just masturbate all the days of my life and so on. You know what I mean? And then like you're not coming home and stuff. You know what I mean? So like, fine and dandy. Like I read into that like anytime you hurt and stuff and you desperate, God sends you a bone. You know what I mean? And it's clear and evident in the story of Peter. You know what I mean? When everybody knows swine is bad. You know what I'm saying? It's in the Bible. Swine is bad. It's the beast of the earth and all these nasty stuff and so on, right? Okay. Always remember like God is earth and the fullness thereof. Okay. So everything on the earth is blessed by God. Okay. Because that's if you know what the presence of God brings, you have to go by that standard. So he had a vision saying like he had a vision of starving or something like that, and like God show him swine and stuff, man, and like I can't eat that. He say like I can't eat swine. Swine is bad. I know my commandment. I know my the Old Testament. Blah 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 blah. And then Christ give him the command saying like, sorry, God give him the command saying like, why would I give you something cursed to eat? You know what I mean? So at that point, it kind of opened up our understanding and so on. Right? I'll be honest with you. I was so deprived sexually, right? I'm hurt by saying this, right? That like I used to get vision of a chick, you know what I mean? And the chick was not a white chick, was a black chick, and so on, you know what I mean? And and I'm like, what? Like I'm married. Like why am I seeing this girl having sex with me? You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? You know, a girl, like a nice, slim, petite, um, African American chick, and so on. You know what I mean? I really believe it's the girl I'm messing with right now. And I told her that from the time I seen her. Like I said, you God sent. I said, I seen you before. I seen all this and so on. So I could kind of, that's one parallel that I got with Peter. And it's not me being schizo, okay? All right. Now, two things like I want to come out to saying, right? I made two promises. I made a promise like never to go back on pot, and I made a promise never to talk about the stuff, right? I slipped up. You know what I mean? under desperation, I went on television and stuff, and I mean, but like I never got punished for it, and I'm saying, um, and I kind of glad I did, right? And another thing too, I made a promise not to smoke pot. Anybody knows, man, like I was really scared of pot, but I would mess with other people and so on who smoke pot, and I at times like it would stop me. I was like, okay, I can't mess with this person because they, but like sooner or later I realized I could mess with people and so on as long as I don't take it in. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess I realized I could smoke pot. But I'm not gonna that's not gonna be my lifestyle. I promise you, man. I thought about it. I thought of because right now that's where the industry is right now. You know what I mean? It's especially like in this coronavirus, a lot of people is leaning on pot for recreational use for calmness and so on. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't do drugs. You know what I mean? And to be honest, and so on, it's nobody business. A girl left a wine cooler here and stuff, man, and I drank it. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't let it go to waste. You know what I mean? I keep asking uh, the girl I'm with right now, she wants it, and like, no. And so I decided to drink it. Right. Bottom line. So like, I could drink alcohol. This is my choice not to drink it and so on. So I'm looking back, man. I was like, these guys gonna think that no, it's not the devil that did that to you, Joel. It's deep state, it's the FBI, it's Homeland Security, it's CIA boys and so on. Um, no, that's the devil behind them. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I made a promise to God, spiritual promise, and that's how the devil works. He will make you break stuff using people. And that's how God works too. Also, God will help you survive using people. You know what I'm saying? So the same resources that the devil's using is the same resources God is using. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you right now, white supremacy, Ku Klux Klan, all that is the work of the devil. I'm not calling nobody. I'm not telling nobody that they are the devil. That organizations is of the devil. And if it's on this opposite side of the spectrum too, there's also devil. So if I met a girl on Tinder down here in Philly, and she was telling me how she doesn't like how she had racist ideologies and stuff, man. And I mean, and I was like, how could I be accepting to the how could I hate the white person who's being racist but accept the black person who's being racist? And I mean, so like I was like at that point I had to level out and so on, like really and truly, as much as I love my race and we know that we came from a struggle and so on, um, I have to be honest and I have to pull that up. You know what I'm saying? Um, because at the end of the day, man, I'm blessed. Like I know every 3 days somebody gonna die or somebody's gonna lose an arm. I'm not. That's not me wishing that to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But like what it did to me was extremely wrong, and because I know I'm not gonna get compensated. God told me don't get compensated. Don't ask for no compensation no more and stuff. He's taking control over. Because what happened? They're getting into elections and stuff. We are having a pandemic. The pandemic is not done with and so on. So now like all the unnecessary resources that was wasted on me, God is gonna exhaust them. You know what I mean? No, these guys have to work 10 times as harder, and they're gonna experience a whole bunch of exhaustion. You know what I mean? And apart from that too, like people gonna die. You know what I mean? For messing and like they're not gonna die because of me. Like there's people in that they harass and stuff. Like guys like Aaron Alexis, Gavin Long, and Myron May. You know what I'm saying? And this goes deeper than that too because there was guys like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Huey Newton. I mean, um, like they did this kind of tactics on those guys. You know what I mean? They even did it on JFK. And like I was dumbfounded. I was like, nah, that can't be no that can't be the KKK that did that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was. You know what I mean? Like they have strong ties to the assassinators and stuff, man. And they really did come at me because like you don't shoot at my car and pretend that's a joke and stuff, man. Like I have thin tires, and when you driving and you got a blow tire and stuff, man. Like I'm on 26 inches rims. My car could have flipped. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been through a lot, okay? Like, um, I don't care how big or so small an ID is. When you're convoy get hit with an IED. That's very fucking scary. You know what I mean? When you get in a car accident going, I think because at the time I was probably going like 80 or 75 miles an hour and so on. Um, but this was in Canada. I could have lose my life. I slammed the car. You know what I mean? My pictures is all day on Facebook. So that's another scary stuff too. You know what I mean? They did some really scary shit to me. You know what I mean? And I'm not even talking about the nigger rich stuff. And I'm saying because like I mean, I think I handled that well. And I mean, when after the dude called me nigger rich and stuff, I didn't cuss him up and stuff. I put my arms around him. You know what I mean? Just like in this man and so on. And I started lying about I like trucks and stuff. And it's not, I don't necessarily wouldn't be lying. That's why I told my dad. And I mean, like I was lying, telling him I like truck stuff. I just had a conversation and I just started beautifying the stuff that I think would look good on a truck. But I personally wouldn't buy no truck and do that stuff to that truck. You know what I mean? If I have to, I will. You know what I mean? Because I'm all about, you know what I mean, taking anything that is I'm all about taking a rock and transforming it into a diamond. And I mean, I like copycatting from the guy. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, man. Um, so that's that, man. So they're gonna have a lot of sleepless nights, man. Like those psychics and stuff, man. Now they know that I have a spiritual gift and stuff, and I always knew it. But I just one of those things. I just want to close my eyes and just want to be normal. You know what I'm saying? But they came at me. So like all those lies, like the lies that like Fort Jim told on me, all are gonna come. Not all that is gonna. I'm gonna get that all that stuff gonna get cleaned up. People gonna start talking about it and so on. I'm gonna say like, nah, I was a good guy and stuff, man. I over exaggerate stuff because I didn't want them to come out to the place of to the workplace and so on. So a lot of stuff gonna start cleaning up. The H&R guy gonna probably come clean and stuff and say too that like no, Joel never threatened him. I was just showing favoritism to Eric King and so on. You know what I mean? All that stuff gonna get cleaned up and so on. What's gonna get cleaned up too? Like I don't think my marriage is gonna work. Cause at the end of the day, like if even if my wife me and my wife get back today, the marriage is not gonna work because she's not on my level of intimacy. You know what I mean? I'm not on her level of sitting down and watching a movie and holding hands and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm a very romantic guy, but it doesn't pay off for me, and it doesn't pay off for her and stuff. You know what I mean? Um, but I'm the one who filed for the divorce. You know what I mean? So even though they was using trickery and stuff to make me think my wife was having an affair, I'm the one who filed for the divorce. All right. Yeah, man. So like, I can't believe that, man. I didn't see it. I didn't see God taking over the stuff. Like he was really quiet in the background, and I'm like, maybe it's time for me to handle my stuff. So I was just thinking like a man, and I'm saying like I'm independent, and I mean I've been independent all my life and stuff. I graduated college through my independence and stuff. Maybe God had helped me in so on graduated college, but everything with all my lab work when I was working on myself at Fort Drum, when I was working on the Bradley by myself and so on, because my NCO was in the hood sleeping and so on. I learned, I got all my recognition working independently. So I just thought it was one of those things, maybe I have to handle it myself. So I started walking around hammers and stuff, you know what I mean? And that was one of the visions I had too, was hammers, you know what I mean? You know, but God came in the last minute, man. You know what I'm saying? And like he let me know he's there and stuff. He let me know he was there. That's crazy. No, they scared. And they have every right to be. Because now they believe in, if they didn't believe in a God then, they believe in a God now. And that's what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? You know. And I don't want to compare myself of anything of Moses, but I always remember, right? When Moses killed a Egyptian that was beaten as a slave, like Moses felt, I feel like Moses felt like because he realized that he was a Hebrew, and I'm saying a Jew and stuff. God, man, I'm forgetting this. He, he was from the same bloodline as the slave who was getting beaten, and he saw himself and so on that. So he saw himself getting beaten, and he with a rage rushed him. He beat up the Egyptian or the slave master, something like that. Then he ran in the woods and so on, and that's when he had his spiritual awakening, and God used him and so on. And I mean, God used him with the same fire, because at that time fire was, they didn't have electromagnetic frequencies back then. They had fire, and I'm saying, now they have electromagnetic frequency. So I think what's going to happen, um, if history repeats itself, I might be that, or somebody after me and stuff gonna have control of the electromagnetic frequency and use it right back against them. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, Moses didn't use fire back at them. You know what I mean? Moses was just given directives by God and he had to execute it. You know what I mean? But anyways, so I just think we living in our days all over again, man, because like I never see myself standing up against anybody in authority, especially like when you stand up against the federal government, you could be labeled as anti federal government. You could be labeled a domestic terrorist. You know what I mean? And I always had to remember like, yo, and like there's other people. I don't think Timothy McVeigh was a decorated soldier. You know what I mean? But I know Gavin Long was a decorated soldier, and they didn't care about that stuff. You know what I mean? They say he was synonymous with domestic terrorism and shit. You know what I mean? And that's why you gotta be careful. You can't fight. Like when you got a spiritual gift, don't fight. You had to let God fight and so on. But they're gonna say God is anti government or God is a terrorist. No, you know what I mean. God only God is a God is not discriminative. God is not discriminative, man. You know what I'm saying? So if they are doing you wrong and God is standing with you,